Well, Feasts and I have moved location, and now we're staying in Punta del Sol, or just above it actually. And tonight is our second night, because yesterday we arrived kind of late, about 8:30. We've just gone for a little walk now, and this is the sort of view we get. Kind of typical, you know, not a big deal. You can probably hear a noise in the background, and for once that is not the wind. But just a quick thought actually, so this kind of view and this kind of height is not at all unusual in Madeira, for sure not. And of course the roads that go up and down tend to be steep, tend to be narrow. I haven't seen any mirrors yet, you know, for when you're going around corners. Feast said that she saw one, but anyway, you can probably hear that sound of running water behind me. And this is, well, where it's running through. Now, oh, where'd she go? Okay. I suppose no video on Madeira would be complete without mentioning levadas. We spell that Levadas. How about that? Look at that. There's a padlock there. So that must lift that up, and excess water must go down there on occasions. Okay, levadas basically are mostly concrete irrigation channels. This is a perfect example. And I think I read that there's something like 1,300 kilometers of them. What's that? 700 and 800 miles or something. Most of them have been built since the 1850s, so before that the ones that were built tend not to be from concrete, although some of them probably have been reinforced with concrete nowadays. And they're a way of transporting water from basically where they have too much water up in the hills, from where, oh look at that, it's a fire over there. From when it rains, and it's a way of transporting water to the parts of the island where they need it, which tends to be down, and particular to the banana plantations and other sort of places like that where water is needed. And it's quite a system, to say the least. Now, oh, there she is. And you can see you gotta be a little careful. This isn't so bad, but they don't always have these steel rope cables in the way to stop you falling. So these irrigation channels, these levadas, because they need people to work on them sometimes and do whatever they have to do. So they have it. I'm thinking in London of the towpaths. So these would be like towpaths for humans, and back in the day it would have been for people to actually work on them, whereas nowadays
Let's do the whole thing next time.
let's do the whole thing
Tomorrow.
Okay, now of course these things are hiking trails now. For a lot of people are going to use them as hiking trails, and as you can see, it's not difficult at all. It's not difficult, at least this bit of it isn't. And this one goes around, and you know it's going to go up, and it's going to start somewhere up over there in the up in the hills over there. And they're very popular, has to be said. So it's not difficult. It's mostly like this, so they're not difficult things to walk next to. I've seen some of them that are actually dry for whatever reason. Sometimes, of course, somebody, you know, may have opened up one of those sluice gates to divert some water, and then maybe, you know, forgot to close it again or something like that. But this is how they are, and you see them all over the island, really, at all sorts of heights, even when you're kind of like getting down to sea level. Thank you, Feast. Oh, I'm calling you Feast, by the way,
Okay.
because sometimes I call you Lisa, sometimes I call you Najma. So I'm thinking from now on, I'll just use Feast.
Naj.
Is that
Naj.
better than Feast?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Then
Well.
I'll call him.
Okay, Naj then. Okay, from now on it'll be Naj. Anyway, so there's the ocean out there. That's the south side, right? That's Punta do Sol down there. So that's on the south side. That's on the warmer, drier side of the island. And a lot of the time the weather will be great over here, but over in Michico and up in the northeast or north coast, it's more likely to be not. I mean, it'll still be nice, but maybe not quite so hot. Maybe a bit windier, perhaps. So don't know how. Say a week ago we had some really bad weather. There was a bit of snow up in the mountains. So I guess there's more water in these levadas than there normally is. And there's a lot of green, like plantations, and not just bananas, but all sorts of things that need this water. And here's a turn, and it's about half past 7 at night now, so it's getting a little darker. And okay, now there's a road just down there, so let's. Oh, does this dead end? Let's see. Yeah, now this dead ends. Okay, so this path dead ends. The water's still there. Oh, well, the water must go down there. Okay, so the water must go. Da-da-da. Okay, water must go under the road somewhere. Must go down there, or maybe it goes down to the end. But at some point it's gonna go down, and of course sometimes, you know, you can actually see the water. Sometimes you can't.